Hello, everybody. First of all, I want to thank all of you for joining me on this presentation today, titled The Secrets to Getting What You Want. And a lot of people are already saying, now, what in the world does that mean? And how does he know what I want? And even better than that, how can he tell me how to get it? But before I get into all of that, I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about myself. So here we are. This is, again, I'm Eddie Hart, a world record holder, Olympian, author, and businessman. And the very first picture on the left there is me actually winning the Olympic trials and at the same time equaling the world's record, which of course made me an Olympian. And the second picture is me just about to get the baton from Gerald Tinker, who runs the third leg. I run the ankle leg at the Olympic Games, and we go all the way, right? We get the gold, and not only we get the gold, I get another world record, and I also get an Olympic world record as well. So, hey, that was a good year, and there you see me. Of course, I'm a youngster there. I got plenty of hair and smooth skin and all that good kind of stuff back then, and one of the best feelings of my life, I guarantee you, having that gold medal placed around my neck, standing on the top podium with approximately 100,000 people in the audience and tens of millions of people around the world just looking at me, just an incredible moment. And there you see me, and you might say, hey, now you're starting to brag a little bit, but not really intentionally. But I tell you, I was, it's just an honor. Here he is, Eddie Hart on the Wheaties. The breakfast of champions. Hey, does that make me a champion because I'm on the box of Wheaties? Who knows? In here, like I mentioned earlier, you can see across the top, I'm also author. I wrote the book, Disqualified. I'm not going to get into the details of that, but a couple of things I want to say about the book. First of all, the book was a bestseller. It also got a special recognition by the publishers. We won a bronze medal for that particular book, and I'm just kind of hanging. I just finished doing a presentation, a book presentation, and I'm signing autographs and selling the book and that whole kind of thing. But right here, I just want to just stop for just a moment and say a couple of things. I understood and I realized what it took in order to be successful on the track, right? I mean, and the proof is in the pudding. I mean, nobody wins a gold medal that doesn't know what they're doing. But that's not my focus. I wanted to somehow shift from being an athlete to being a businessman. Well, how do you do that? I mean, how do you put all that together? Where do you get that information? How does it all work? And so one of the things that I was able to do was to get together with some people that really understood business. And so I was able to work with them, get some information from them, and they really helped me and showed me what it took and what I needed to do in order to transfer a certain portion of my skills and knowledge as a result of being an athlete into becoming a businessman. As a matter of fact, some of those things that I learned as an athlete translated directly over to becoming a businessman. I just needed some help with some people just helping me kind of put all that together. And I guarantee you, it really worked. And here I am. Let me get my picture out of the way here for a moment. I'm speaking to approximately 1,000 people in the audience there, and they were even simulcasting my presentation in another room where it held another 200, 250 people. And so I really learned a lot, and I really started to get a handle on what it took in order to be in business, and not only be in business, but be successful as well. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up right here, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, is because if you're going to be successful in anything, whether it's athletics or business in any specific business, whether it's real estate, whether you want to be a coach, or whether you want to be a mentor or a speaker, an author, any of those things, you have to first begin with yourself. It has to start with you. If it's not your dream, if it's not your goal, then it's not going to work. And that's why I'm just going to pull out a couple of these things just to kind of give you an idea of where I'm at. And the first one is desire. You have to have a desire. You have to have a burning feeling inside of yourself that this is what I want. This is what I want to become. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to have in my life. And as a result of that, you put that in yourself, and that comes out of you, okay? And it has to come from you. It can't be the goal of your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your coach, or friend. It has to be you. It has to come from your heart and from your soul. And if that's where it really is, then you're in the right place. You have set a solid foundation in terms of moving forward in having what it is that you actually want. The other topic here in Think and Grow Rich, these 13 key principles of success, I wanted to focus on for just a moment, is auto-suggestion. Auto-suggestion is very important. What is that? The idea of you making a suggestion to yourself, planting the seed in your mind of what it is ultimately, or who it is ultimately you want to become. You have to consciously focus on that person. You have to paint a mental picture of who you want to be, and you have to suggest to yourself every day in various ways how you want to become that person, what that person look like, and how you're going to go about making that person a reality. And it could be anything. With me, for a period of time, it was getting a gold medal from the Olympics. Now it's about business, and it has to do with certain monetary rewards or benefits. And I say, you have to suggest yourself. You can't let the negative stuff get in the way. Anything that's negative, anything that's telling you that you can't do it, or that I don't know if it's going to work. That whole idea of doubt, obviously you're going to have to deal with it. But by suggesting the positive and the fact that you can do it constantly to yourself over and over and over will give you the mindset that you can do it. And ultimately, you will. The one other topic that I wanted to get into just before we get into the main portion of this Zoom presentation is right here, number 11. And that's the subconscious mind. That's the subconscious mind. What that's all about is you have one of the most powerful, I don't know what to even call it, mechanisms on the planet. And that's your brain. That's your mind, okay? Your mind. And in your subconscious mind, what's so great about it, it works while you're sleeping. It works all the time. It's just like your digestive system. Whether you have food in it or not, it's constantly working. Your subconscious mind is always working. But here's the issue, in some cases, even the problem. Your subconscious mind feeds on whatever it comes into it. If it's negative, it'll feed into the negative. If it's positive, it'll feed into the positive. Hence, you can help your subconscious mind help you accomplish your goal and your dream by feeding it, by subconsciously feeding to your subconscious mind those things that you want to become. You paint a mental picture of what you want to become, or what you want to accomplish, and you tell yourself over and over. You come up with a written plan, and you recite that day in and day out when you get up in the morning, when you go to bed. So ultimately, you actually become that person as a result of consciously suggesting this to your mind. Okay, now we're really starting to get into the meat of the matter, so to speak here. Now, when you're involved with business, particularly we're talking about online businesses, which is where most of the business is taking place nowadays. So that's why I'm kind of zooming in on that. But I got some real good secrets and some real good opportunities for you. Just hold on, it's coming. Now, in most instances, this is what online business is all about. The people that are working online businesses, the gurus, so to speak, they'll tell you what you got to do, what you need to do, and what you have to do is build an email list. You got to get the email list. You got to get their contact information. You gotta. And there's some value in getting an email list. And I'm not telling you that you shouldn't get an email list, but that should never ever be your focus. And so here's what they normally tell you, right? They tell you, the first thing you got to do is you got to attract the people. You have to get their attention. And oftentimes they tell you, well, you do that through promises, making certain sorts of guarantees, showing the results that you have had, right? They talk about how easy it is to do. They make certain claims, and sometimes those claims may not be quite what they're cracked up to be. But most oftentimes, and here's the real kicker, that these promises and these attention getters, they're about the person that's doing the ad, okay? It's about their interests, okay, in terms of attracting you. They're trying to get something out of it, right? And they almost show that in a certain type of way. They say, well, you do this, and then I benefit this way. That's not the way you go about building a business. Just simply going after an email list is just not the way to do it. But hold on, don't go away. And so the next thing is, now once you have this email list, well, what do you do with it? You know, how do you work it? What's the benefit of it? So you're in a position, right, to influence people. You're in a position to share information with them, to interact with them in these different sorts of things. Normally what people do, and a lot of times what they do, and I'm not kidding you, I just watched a couple of videos just the other day about this one person is telling how to become successful in business. So they show these people in these brand new cars and these Rolls Royces and Mercedes Benzes and Fiats and what do you call it, Lamborghinis and all these different sorts of things, and Bentleys. And that may or may not be your style. There's nothing wrong with having those things, nothing at all. They show people on their yacht where they're sitting back, having their drinks and their hors d'oeuvres and all these different sorts of things. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's something wrong in the way they're presenting it. And I'm going to get into that. They're on vacation, they're traveling around the world, doing all these different sorts of things. And then they kind of shifted just a little bit, and then they start putting pressures on you. There are time pressures. You got to get in. You got to do this. If you don't do it within this certain period of time, you're going to be left out. Don't get left out. This is the best opportunity in the world. If you don't do it right now, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. Okay. Another thing that they do is there's a limitation. I got 20 spots, and 18 people already signed up, only got 2 spots left. You got to hurry up and get in. If you don't, once again, you're going to be left out. So they use all these different types of tactics, so, in ways to go about somehow enticing you to get in, kind of pressuring you really to get in. And of course, oftentimes they promise support. And once you get into this thing that they're talking about, where they benefit from it, they're going to support you, right? They're going to give you information. They're going to help you. They're going to hold your hand and all these different sorts of things. And a lot of times that doesn't even happen. It doesn't even come about. So you really need to be careful when you're in the process of building your business, right? Okay. And so here again, it's all about getting that list, developing that list and working that list. And then here, the next stage, and we're talking about conversion. Now we're talking about when we go from attracting people to having this influence to now doing certain sorts of things in order to generate funds, in order to get money out of the deal, so to speak. Let me just kind of move myself down here for a moment, get rid of this. And so they do a lot of different sorts of things in order to make that happen. But here's a lot of things that they don't do. There's no solutions, right? There's no problem. They don't solve any problem. There's no support. There's no game plan, right? There's no next steps. They don't give you, a step-by-step, a process, a game plan where you can follow and be successful. They just show you they're not transparent at all. A lot of times when they're giving you information, so to speak, they're leaving this part out. You have to purchase this product in order to get this information. You have to purchase this product over here to get this information. That's not the way you go about building a business or really developing what it is that you really need to build. And on the next slide, I'm going to show you what that is. There's no training. And there are some people who have just gotten into a business and they're claiming success and they're claiming experience, and they don't have any of that at all. But let me stop right here. There's nothing wrong with not having experience. There's nothing wrong with not having all the success in a particular business. Just be upfront about it, right? Just be honest about it. Just tell people, hey, this thing works. I've looked at it. I've talked to other people. I've seen what other people have done. Let's us just go together and make this thing work. So this is how they go about making the sales. But that's not the way you want to go about doing it. You want to be upfront. You want to be honest with people. Okay, so here where we kind of turn the page and we really start to look at things in the right way. How to build a nation, okay? How to build a nation. You say, well, wow, what is that all about, building a nation? You're not interested in building a list. You're interested in building a nation. You're interested in doing it the right way by building this nation of people that you have influence over. As a result of doing certain things for them, you're solving their problems, right? you're looking into what you can do for them and how you, well, let's just take a look at it here. Now, the ways that you go about getting attention, and this is nothing new. All of you are doing one of these, I'm sure, in one phase or another. There's Facebook, there's YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, which is one I use, Twitter. You can use blogs, podcasts, webcasts, and webinars. We can use all of these different avenues or mechanisms in order to attract attention, right? We're out there in the marketplace and you're competing. You're competing with all these other people. But how do you go about competing? How do you go about getting these people's attention? Well, one of the things that you want to do, more than anything, you want to talk about how you can help them, okay? How you can solve their problem, how you can bring value, right? How you can bring value to them. That's how you go about attracting. And once you've attracted these people and they've become, as a result of this, they come into your world. And as a result of them being in your world now, you have influence over them. You can influence them. And so one of the first things that you start to do with these people, even before, is you want to build a brand. I can't emphasize enough how important brand is. Brand is very important. And I'm just going to talk about one person for a moment who understands the idea of branding as well as anybody who has ever lived. And unfortunately, he's passed away since then. And all of you know who he is. He's the Apple man, I call him. And his name is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs understood the idea of branding better than anyone I can think of. I mean, he is just the absolute best when it comes to branding. He understood what it took and what it meant and how it helped to motivate and move. See, because what he did, he didn't just have a business, his business was a part of who he was, and his people associated not only with Apple, but with Jobs as well. And that's very important. And you have to understand that. You have to develop a relationship with your customers and your clients and your people and your networking group as it is. And so you provide certain sorts of things in order to influence them, not through tactics, but through education and through service and through value. And you do that by servicing people, by providing educational information. And you also give them gifts and perks. Ebook is an excellent perk. It's an excellent gift, right? Where they don't have to pay for anything. It's just something that you provide to them to help give them more knowledge. You answer their questions. You solve their problems. Okay. You've given them information, and even in some cases, you may even provide content where they're falling short at, and we do that sort of thing. And I can show you later on, how we go about doing that as well. And there are bonuses. You providing incentives. You're nudging people along and you're helping people along in the right way, okay? That's very important. And so as a result of now having this influence, you develop what I have here called a term, the inner circle. You create an inner circle. Some people call it their VIP, some people call it their mastermind. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but by and large, and basically what you have is now a relationship. It's not just you selling to a customer. You're now a part of the same group. You're in essence working together now, and it becomes easy for that to happen because you have helped them, you have benefited them in many, many different sorts of ways. And so not only are they a client of yours, not only are they a customer of yours, but they're also a representative of yours, right? They become a raving fan. They become a very beneficial to you because now when anyone comes along talking about the business that you're in, they refer you, right? They want to highlight you and what you have done for them. This is their way of paying you back, right? For the service and all the things that you have done for them, basically at no cost. Now we're talking about conversion. Sure, I mean, there comes a time, we're not in business, we're not in philanthropy. This is not a nonprofit. We're in business, and so when we talk about conversions, there are many different things you can do to convert, a sale. Obviously, you can write books. That's one way to go. Another excellent way to go is to develop a program. And I'm going to talk about this connection between the books and the program, because if you put those two together, I mean, even if you don't have anything, I'm going to show you how you can start from ground zero with absolutely nothing by putting a book together and coming up with a program that can really help, enhance your life and really help you generate of financial wealth. Coaching is very important. Some of you have really excellent skills with working and interacting with people, and you can coach people just about on anything. It doesn't, I mean, you can coach them, how to lose weight, how to improve their health, how to think. All these different sorts of things are important. Consulting is another. You can consult businesses. I have a program that I've used for a number of years that works very well with businesses. You go into a business, there are businesses that are not doing well, that are actually failing in some regard, excuse me, not because they don't have what it takes to be successful, they just haven't put everything together. But by learning certain sorts of things and having certain sorts of skills and sharing that with the business owners, you can help them turn things around. Now, let me just say this for a minute. Just you go into a business and you show them how they can turn their business around, or start to, where they were losing money, start to make money, or improve the funds, the income that they're generating to the business by tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, they'll love you. They'll love you. They will love you. And of course, there's the one-on-ones, and you can do that in many different ways. You can do it in person, but right now, it's just as good to do virtually, right? Or just with the way we're talking right now through Zoom. You can do the virtual phone calls. There are many different ways today that you can interact with people, even just a regular phone call. Retreats are excellent, and they're big income generators. When you actually have a retreat where you get together with certain members, they can be a part of your inner circle group. They can be your clientele and different sorts of people, where you come and you're sharing. You're always providing and giving, whether it's something, or whether it's information or education or whatever the case may be. You're always giving to your people. Very important to get. And then also, one of the ways that you can go about conversion is by providing business opportunities, right? Even sometimes you'll find that what you think is a client can later on become a business partner, or someone that's interested in going into business. Well, you need to have something for that person, and we have that, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. Investment opportunities. A lot of people are looking for investment opportunities. They have funds and they don't know what to do with them. Everything is so scary and so hairy and so shaky, right? Should I invest in stocks? Should I invest in this stock or that stock? Should I buy real estate? All those different sorts of things people don't know. They need experts. They need you, okay? They need you to help guide them, to hold their hand and lead them through this process, through all these nooks and crannies, to these troubled waters, so to speak. You need that. Bottom line, when it comes to conversion, is solving a problem. You got to solve a problem. You got to add value. You got to somehow bring a solution to whatever it is this person may be. They may need to lose weight. I don't know. They may be stressed out. They may be suicidal. I mean, I don't know. I noticed with some of the people that I interacted with on my LinkedIn, they're psychologists. They work, in the medical field, which is very excellent. Before I go on to the next slide, here's something you can see down at the bottom that's very important. And I want you, and you need to get this. You need to understand this, because this is very important when you're talking about developing relationships and interacting with people. First of all, there's language, okay? And you need to understand and know the language of your business. And you also need to know how language impacts people. That's very important. Language controls the conversation that you're having with the person. What you say to this person controls the direction of the conversation. And the best way to control the conversation is to ask questions, because the more information you know about the person, the more you can help them. The more you know what their needs and what their wants are, and the more you can zoom in on that and how to zoom in on that. The conversation controls the relationship, okay? It's very important to get that. The conversation controls the relationship. So now, as a result of having this conversation with the person, they get a feel, okay, of you now, and you get a feel of them. Now, it's more than just, I want to say, academic. It's feeling. Feeling are ultimate, very important, because, and here it is, and after relationship, they act, okay? once you develop this relationship, they act a certain way. Now, this is important. Get this. Logic, reason, and rationale causes people to think, okay? They think about these things. They say, yeah, that makes sense. And okay, I get that. But here's the other thing, emotion, okay? Emotion causes people to, and here's what we want, to act. Emotion causes the action. And if you've done your homework, and if you lay down the language in the conversation, relationship, they will act in the way that you have suggested that they should act. But here again, keep in mind, that action is beneficial to them. One of the things that you need to do, I can remember when I was selling businesses at one time, many years ago. And one of the things that they taught us to do in order to develop this emotional part of it is that wherever the owner of the business, that office was and that desk was, when we're bringing a person in that's considering purchasing that business, you got to bring them in and set them down in the desk. You got to set them down at the helm, so to speak, in the driver's seat, right? And they got to feel, they got to mentally see themselves running this business from this chair right here. You know, that they're commanding people to do certain sorts of things. They're taking care of the books. They got management. They got employees. They got the products to sell, services that they're working on, all those different things they can see. And if they can see and feel themselves there, you have a real good shot at them buying, okay? You have a real good shot at a conversion. So you got to make them feel. As an example, if you're talking to someone about losing weight, you don't talk about the process. It's not about the process. You got to get this and you got to understand this. It's not about the process. It's about the result, okay? When you lose this weight, when you've gotten rid of all that excess, how do you think you would feel? What did that look like? How would your life be different, okay? Would you now be able to run and play with your children or your grandchildren? How would it feel to walk into a clothing store, and when the salesperson says, well, what dress size do you wear? When you can say a size 8 as opposed to a size 20 or 28, I mean, it's just worlds apart, and you walk around just feeling like a new person, right? And that's the feeling. That's what you got to get, you know, these people into that position in order for them to go along. But no hype, okay? No hype, no nonsense and no foolishness. And you see what I saved here at the bottom of the list, you know, whatever you create, whatever you do, however you put it together, it has to be win-win. It's not about just you getting over, you being successful, you making money. Everybody has to go away feeling like, gosh, man, this is just great. The person that got what they want, man, I'm walking around in a dress that's 5 sizes smaller than I was, you know, maybe 6 months or 4 months or whatever ago. And now as a result of you providing with that service, you know, they're willing to compensate you for that. You know, there's no such thing as something for nothing. You always want to be thinking in terms of what can I do for this person? How can I help this person? What can I give this person? You got to think in those terms. Don't just think in terms of, you know, how you can make money. This is how you go about building a nation. And you see at the top, I got 2,000, and that's right. We're talking about building a nation of 2,000 people. And you say, well, how can I do that? The same way you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. You can do it. And if you do this, listen to me, please, just for one, focus. Just hear what I'm about to say right now. If you build a nation of 2,000 people, if you build a nation of 2,000 people, I don't care what business you are. I don't care what you're doing. You can have whatever you want, anything. 2,000 people that you have influence over, that they know you're out for their best interest. You'll never lead them wrong. You'll never steer them in the wrong direction. You'll never take advantage of them. You're always providing value, solutions, education, coaching, whatever it is, anything. That's why I say the secrets of having what you want. You do that and you can have whatever you want. It doesn't make any difference. I don't care what business you're in. I don't care what business you're in. You build a nation of 2,000 people, then you can have whatever you want, whatever it is, or none. Okay, now I'm going to turn the page, so to speak, just a little bit. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to talk about three different opportunities for different people. Now, there are all different types of people on this call, and I get that. And I've been kind of holding back. I know we got questions coming in, but I'm hoping a lot of them will be answered because, I'm really pumped right now. So I'm rolling, I'm feeling good. And I hope some of this is starting to sink in. I'm hoping some of this is beneficial too. Any that's beneficial, you guys can continue to with your chat and let me know. What do you think about this so far? What do you think about this presentation so far? I'm on track or I'm off in right field somewhere. I'm way out there in La La Land. Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. I really want to know. I really want to know. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is traffic, right? Everybody, the big word nowadays is traffic. We got to get traffic. We got to get people coming in. We got to get traffic. We got to get we got to attract people. We got to get people to click the button. We got to get people to do this stuff. Well, this is one excellent way that you can go about building traffic. And I guarantee you, nobody, okay, I've never seen this anywhere. Nobody is doing this. Nobody. And you have a first shot at this because I'm in the process of putting this all together for you. I'm putting it together for you. Okay, and it's called the Business Ad Network. Okay, what it is, it's a newsletter that generates traffic. Okay, now, basically what it is, it's a website. Okay, it's a website, but get this website only has one page. That's it. The whole website is just one page. Okay, just one page. And in that one page, there's going to be 3 sections. There's going to be a front page, a middle section, and a third page or a third section. First, second, and third section, only 3 sections. Now the first section works just like it does. It'll be rotating back and forth between 2 businesses just like that. When the person clicks on this link or on this web page, it'll come to a front page just like this, okay? And just think about it now. If you're a business, whatever it is. I mean, here is business coaching. Over here is the health coaching. So we got business and we got health. But yours, it can be anything. It can be real estate. It can be yoga. It can be losing weight. It can be mental coaching, right? It can be, I mean, it's just endless. I mean, it can be karate. It can be, how to write a book or writing books. It can be painting. It could be photography. I mean, you just name it. It's endless. It just goes on and on and on. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. And I want you to get it and understand it. There's only going to be one type of business in this business ad network. Only one. So as an example, there's only going to be one realtor. There's only going to be one business coach, one health coach. You see where I'm coming from, and I'll explain the significance of that right now. But there's only going to be one in each one. So that way we'll have up somewhere between 10 and 20 or so people in each one of these, and I don't know, maybe more, because when I first started doing it, it was on paper, but now on the internet, I mean, it's just it can be more as long as the businesses are different. And you say, well, why does the business have to be different? Because each one of those businesses, right? I want you to get this. Each one of these businesses are going to be raving advocate for the other businesses that's in this network. So everybody in the network is going to be advocating and supporting one another. And we'll be meeting, sharing ideas and ways to improve our ability to support and to advertise the other businesses that are in this newsletter. Now here's the second page, and it breaks out a little bit better, or I would say the middle page. Okay, now so in the middle page, it'll be your business card, slash or thumbnail, whichever, with a clickable link on the center page, on the center of the page, basically, and on the business card, or again, the thumbnail. And in here, you'll have anywhere from 10 to 20 fellow networkers, okay, advocating for you and your business to the tune of between 10 to 20 plus 10 to 20,000 plus potential buyers. And this is every month, month after month. It'll go out each month. Each month it'll go out. So you have the potential of, not the potential, but you will literally be seen. Your business will be seen by somewhere between 10 and 20,000 potential buyers every single month, month after month. And remember, in each term, and I need to go back to the front page for a minute. And each business that's in this network newsletter will be able to be on the front page. So when we'll rotate that, it will be two business. So to just be rotating, constantly rotating. So you have a chance when they click on that, on that newsletter, one of the first things they'll see is your business. Okay, it'll go straight to your business, and you'll have a place where obviously on that front page where they'll be able to go to your business, and also back here where you have either your business card or a thumbnail, you'll have a clickable link, and that link will take them directly to your website, to your business, or to your landing page, or whatever it is that you have set up for people to come into your world. You get that, for them to come into your world. And once they come into your world, then now you have an opportunity to influence them. You have an opportunity now to make them a part of your people. So we'll be sharing all the opportunity. But nobody, I want to make this clear. Nobody has to say, well, here's my customer list. We're not asking anybody to do that. I would never do that. I would never sell a customer or sell a customer list. And I'm not asking you to do it, because that's not how we go about business. I clicked on, I was on Google the other day, and I was looking, I forget what it is now, some particular item. And it was just like, it was like, I don't know, like I had raised the flag and said, you know, here I am right here. Everybody emailed me. I just started getting emails from all over the place, from left and right. And I'm like, gosh, man. And so we don't want that. That's not what we're all about. We're working with each other. We're becoming, keep in mind, this is all part of the process of building your nation, okay? This is how we go about bringing people into your inner circle, into your world, okay? And as a result of that, by influencing them through the process of providing solutions, okay? Solving problems, adding value to them, they become a part of your world. They want what you're offering because you're benefiting them in a certain sort of way. And not only do you get the benefit of them being in your world, but now as a result of how you have helped them, they are willing to advocate for you to other people. And that, I guarantee you, is what you want. And there's also, like I said, there's three sections. There's a front section, a middle section, and here's the third section. On the back section is similar to the front section, where we'll also be highlighting two other businesses. So each month this will be rotating, and so you know within the course of a year, you know you have, I don't know what, just start with the lower number, 10,000 times 12. I mean, that's 120,000. You know, 20 times that's what, 240,000 potential businesses, you know, potential buyers rather, looking at your business every month, from month to month. I mean, your business can help to grow. And not only it's not like we're just putting this out there in the on the internet or out there in the cloud, so to speak. We will be getting together, working with each other, teaching each other how to advocate for our different businesses. And here's something, I was going to save it until later on. Yeah, but here's something else that I'm also going to do, we're also going to do, and this won't cost you a dime, okay? This won't cost you a single solitary penny. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up a radio show, okay? And on that radio show, I'm going to be interviewing the people that are in this business ad networking newsletter, okay? And what that does, that allows you the opportunity to bring on your list and others from other lists who think that, you know, that you can just advertise, you know, if you're interested in this particular product, this is a link that you can click on, or this is a place where you can go to hear or to tune in to this interview. Now just think about it. Here you are, you know, you're on the show, you know, I'm interviewing you, right? I'm asking you all the questions and you give me all the ins and outs, you know, we'll go through it, we'll fine tune it, you know, so that you know how to answer the questions, and you know how to show the value that you offer. You show these people that you're genuine and you're bringing solutions to their problem, because people are looking for solutions. You have to be a solution. You have to be a problem solver. In business, think of yourself as you're a marketer and you're a problem solver. If you solve problems, you're in business for real. Everybody is looking for, you know, they could care less about Uber I don't the car and everything. They just want to get to where they're going. They can care less about Priceline. Priceline doesn't mean anything to them. They could care less. But Priceline can get them to what they want. They want a hotel. They want an air flight. That's what you're doing. You're the middleman making this happen. You got a person, there's a product over here, there's a service over here, whatever it is, you're putting that together, and as a result of making that happen, you get paid. Just like Priceline, just like Credit Karma, right? Who just sold for what, $8 or $9 billion. They don't have a product, right? And they sold for $8 billion. Come on, man. You got to get this. You got to see this. Now, I'm not suggesting that we're going to raise a billion, $8 billion. We don't have to, but the concept, you got to get the concept. It's your mind. You have to think in the right way. Okay. So that's the business ad networking traffic newsletter. Okay. That's something for us to think about. Okay. Now, let me ask you a question here, because like I said, again, we're moving on to the kind of the opportunity number 2. A couple of questions I have for you. Are you working harder for your money? And a lot of people are. With inflation, they have to, just to cover the basic financial needs. And I'm not talking about the heavy stuff. I'm just talking about PG&E, right? Water, garbage, etc. Do you run out of money before the month has, right? You find like, man, gosh, there's still 3 or 4 more days, and I don't have a dime. How I'm gonna make it happen? I mean, are these things that commonly happen to you? Do you have, or on the other hand, do you have any money at the end of the month for savings or for investing? And some people do. I give some people credit, but 90, 95+% people don't. Okay, at the end of the month, they're tapped out, right? Okay, now and here's a big reason why. When you look at this and you think about it, and we're basically looking over the last 20 or so years. We're in the year 2022, so let's say the last 22 years or so. Just look at this, and I'll just go through it real quick. It won't take up much of time. But eating out now, we're starting looking at the year 2000. Just between 2000 and today, just eating at home now, food has increased. The cost of food has increased probably almost 50% now, but at 2018 it was 43%. Eating out is even more. I mean, it's over 50%. It's probably at 60+% now that it has increased in terms of, and a lot of people don't eat out the way they used to because of this right here, because of the increase in what it costs. The cost of heating your home has gone up 100%. Well, in 2000, it cost you $50. Today, it costs you $100. Or if it's $100, now it's costing you $200 to heat your home. Water and sewage, I mean, even though it's not as much, but I mean, that's 133% hit. That's a serious hit. And if it's so look at the fees to send your children to college now. How much is it going up? 151%. Can you imagine 151%? I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, how are we going to send our kids to school, given the fact that it takes almost every penny that we're making, right, just to pay the bills? I mean, our car insurance, okay, and I want to stop. These are not exorbitant things. These are mandatory expenses. If you're going to drive a car, you got to have insurance. It's 100%, 97%, 100%. Cost of medical insurance, it's another 100%. All these things are going up and up and up. And so my question to you, while these things are going up 100%, since 2020, has your income increased by 133% or 95% or 43% or whatever? Because if it hasn't, what that means is you don't have to be a mathematician that you're going backwards, you're losing ground. There used to be a time when one person could stay at home and take care of what's going on at home, and the other person could go out and work, and it was enough to cover the bills, to pay the mortgage, and to go on vacation, to do different sorts of things. That is a time of the past. Now, only both people have to be working, right? And with the cost of childcare, different sorts of things, if we don't have a grandma or grandparents or somebody, or aunt, uncle, or whatever to help us with childcare, that's another big expense. Another big expense. Okay. So how do we take control of, how do you take control of your money? I'll say it like that. And so do you understand the monetary system? Do you understand what's going on with this? What is inflation and how does it work? Do you really know what that's all about? Here's another question. What is fiat money and what is sound money? Now, some of you may know what fiat money is, and some of you may know what sound money is. Okay, how to make investments and save your financial wealth. Do you know what to do? Do you know where to put your money, right? Do you know the best place to put your money? Do you know where your money, no matter what the situation is, you're keeping up with inflation, which is really important, okay? How to make, invest, and save your financial wealth. That's what 7K is all about, 7K Mellow. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about it. How to protect your wealth against inflation. Super important, super important, because you just saw we're moving backwards. We're going in, with inflation, we're losing money. What a dollar in 2000 could whatever a dollar could buy then, it takes $2 to buy now. You get what I'm saying? You get my point. You see what I'm talking about. So it's very important for us to really zoom in on this and pay attention. Okay, because these are the questions. I'm sorry, I went a little too fast. So 7K Metal, they provide the answer to all these questions. All these questions. They have the solution. What fiat money is, fiat money as opposed to sound money. Okay, they answer these questions, but the most important question that they answer is the one, how to protect your wealth against inflation. And even on top of that, how to make, invest, and save your financial wealth. That is the bottom of the bottom line. What is it that we can do? What is it that you can do, right, in order to protect, to come up with this hedge against inflation? Because it's coming, it's here. And not only that, even if there's some kind of fallout, if we go back to, was it the 2008, the big deal, and I'm not, and I'm not trying to use any scare tactics or anything like that, because I don't do that, it doesn't work. But we want to put ourselves in a position where, regardless of what's going on in the world, financial world, we're covered, we're safe. There is one, and it's sound money. Sound money has been used for the last 5,000 years. And over time, it has increased in value. 7K Metals will teach you and show you what that sound money is, how to invest in it to protect yourself against inflation and all these other sorts of things. Okay, and now here's, that was number 2. And so here's number 3 when it comes to finding something that's a fit for you. Okay, and this I like to think of as being an opportunity for anyone. This is for someone who flat out has no business, okay, has nothing going on, hasn't written one thought, one iota concerning business. And here's something that you can plug into right now, right away, and start a business, an income generating business. Okay, so just look at these books. What do these 4 books have in common? How to Win Friends and Influence People, The Power of Positive Thinking, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, so what do these books have in common? And they have a few things in common. There's a couple things. Now, first of all, we see each one of these books are quote unquote self-help books. They are answering a question. They are solving a problem. Do you see what's going on? First and foremost, that's important. But the other thing about this book, before I get into it, and we'll see it down below, is that these books are structured and set up and used in a way to create far more funding than simply what they get from just selling the book. Okay, so that's I'm down at question 3 now. Does your book need to be a bestseller to make money? All these books are bestsellers, but the answer, no, it doesn't. You just need to write a book. Okay, you just get the book out. What is the real money maker secret to writing your book? And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. And when should you start writing your book? Okay, now, if you can't answer that question, you need to get off of this Zoom call right now. Okay, I'm being a little bit facetious, but obviously the time to start working on your book, to start writing your book, is right now. But don't worry about it. I got you covered. You say, well, how do I start writing a book? what do I need to know? I mean, that's just how do I get it published? How what's the format? I don't know anything about writing a book. Just hold on, be patient. Here it is. And so here's what I had. And like I said, I'm being transparent. I'm not trying to say, okay, well, this, here, you need to do A, B, C, and D. I'm just going to talk about A. In order to do B, C, and D, you gotta send me some money. No, not at all. That's not what I'm about. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm totally transparent, and you're going to see this right here with this thing. So with the book, okay, I'm just going to just go through this real quick, and we're almost finished here, real quickly. Okay, the first thing that your book needs to do, okay, is answer a question or solve a problem. What problems are you solving? What is it about your book that would cause a person to go to it? And one of the most common reasons, or the most successful ways about getting a person to buy or to read your book, or to even take interest in it, is if they have a particular problem you're selling. I have a way of solving your problem. Okay, this book. Okay, and so you have a title, right? You have a subtitle, and I'm gonna show you how those work in just a minute. You need it, okay, and you need a theme, okay, a main idea of your book. Now I need to go back up right quick where I said, solve a problem. See what it says right next to it says focus. That becomes the focus of the whole book. Whatever problem you're solving has to tie in every way, in every phase, where you talk about the title, subtitle, chapters, whatever, the main purpose of the book. All of that has to be tied in to the problem that you're solving, okay? And so you got this one sentence that captures the essence of your book. You got to come up with that. I'm going to show you how that works in just a moment. What is your book's main hook? Okay, so what is that thing that just draws a person in and holds them, and you can just see across the top there, each chapter got title and hook, title and hook, title and hook. You got to, each chapter has to have a hook. You got to draw a person in. You got to come up with something that causes them to say, that's something I need. That is of interest to me. That's valuable to me. Okay, and so here's kind of like my book. I told you I'm an author, right? I wrote this book, and basically this is it. This is it right here. And so what problem was my book solving? What problem am I focusing on? And the problem was overcoming adversity. And the good thing about that is because, let me just ask you, okay, and you guys can hit me back over here if you want to. Have you ever had an adversity? That's just like asking, do you breathe? All of us at one time or another have had adversities, and some of us are struggling with some serious adversities, right? I know, and I get that. And so we have to find ways to overcome that. And so that's what this book is all about. The title of my book, Disqualified, okay, Disqualified. And some people look at that, and that's kind of like an eye catcher itself. And even the format of the book, look at how it's laid out. I'm talking about the cover right now. In big, bold, capitalized letters, disqualified. Disqualified from what? What's that all about? How did he get disqualified? Why did he get disqualified? When did he get disqualified? Where did he get disqualified, right? And so in my subtitle, it just kind of adds to that. Eddie Hart, Munich, 1972, and the voices of the most tragic Olympics. Tragic, wow, man, what happened in those Olympics, man? What went down? I mean, and keep in mind, this is something that, 100 years from now, people picked it up and say the most tragic Olympics. Man, let me look into that. And at the same time, I'm dealing with some stuff. I want to read this. And so your theme. So here's kind of like your main theme of the book: overcoming the adversities in life. Okay, because we're gonna have them, no question. The only way that you're not going to have adversities if you're not living, if you're not alive, you're going to have them, okay? And so, and here's my one sentence, my one sentence that in essence captured the book: how to respond, not react, to life's adversities when they come your way. And there's a significant difference, and I want you to, and without, I don't want to spend too much time on this. There's a difference between responding and reacting. Okay, I'll deal with the latter first. To react, in essence, whatever is happening to me, that's what's influencing me in terms of how I act, how I respond. That, how I act. That's not what I want. How I respond has to do with you and who you are and what you're all about and all these different sorts of things. That's you. No matter what happens to you, no matter what the situation, no matter what the circumstances, no matter how people are coming at you or any of that sort of thing, you're still you. And you're going to act according to you. You're going to, you're going to respond according to who you are, not to what's going on around you. Okay, you're maintaining that control. Okay, and then the main, got to get rid of this E here. The main hook of my book, the feeling of overcoming your adversity. That's it. And I've already touched upon this, and you know that feeling. Just think if you're stressed out, right? Just think of you got anxiety or frustrations or whatever it is as a result of this thing. And just think, now that you're free of this, you no longer have that anxiety. You no longer have that adversity. You're free of it. How does that feel? What does that look like? How does that change your life? Can you now, some people are so bound by certain adversities and frustrations or stresses or anxieties, they can't even leave their bed. They can't even get out of their bedroom. But how would it feel now to go out into the world, interact with people, smile with people, have conversation with people, have a good sense of self, develop self-esteem, all these different sorts of things. Vital, super important to just being you, okay, and living your life, not the life of the situations and circumstances that are going on around you. Okay, so how to write a program based on your book. And here it is. I'm going to keep this real simple. What are the main benefits of developing a program? Okay, significant. It will help you build your nation. We talked about that, because remember now, we're not talking about building an email list. We're talking about building a nation. We're talking about building a nation of people that by proper influence and by helping them, by giving them solutions and answers to their problems, now they are willing to help you, and you can influence them. You can say, hey, just check this out. Not this hard sales stuff. Hey man, just check this out. And if you like it, you can do it. And if you don't, hey, no harm, no foul, right? Okay, and so it creates opportunity to make more money. Okay, and what does that mean? Let me just say this real quickly. You write a book and you can sell this book, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks or whatever the case may be. Okay, $30. You sell 10 books, all right? You make $300. And by the same token, let's say you write a program. Now, each program is selling for just for numbers' sake, $300. Okay, you do 10 of those, you made $3 grand. That's a significant difference. See, and now here's the thing. So now your book becomes a business card, right? So you can give the book to somebody. If they buy your program, hey, here, you can take my book for free. That's another gift. That's another benefit that you can give in terms of influencing people or people that are in your world that are part of your nation, you see. Okay, it helps you to establish your brand in the marketplace. And we talked about brand, and that's really important. And we're going to get into how to go about creating your brand. You need a brand. You have to have a brand, and your brand starts, just like I said with Steve Jobs. It starts with you. It started with him, and it starts with you, and it's an outgrowth of you. It's not what your business does and what your business is all about. It's you. Your business comes out of your heart and out of your soul. You got to get that. Okay. It gives you greater access to TV, radio, and print. And I've done them all. Okay. What do you need to do before you create your program? Okay. First of all, and here it is, you need to write a book with the program in mind. Okay. So already, if you haven't started, you don't have or if you're in the middle of writing the book and you haven't completed it yet, you're ahead of someone who's already completed a book, although you can still tweak that. You can still make that happen. I know a lot of people have done it. But if you haven't started your book yet, or you're in the middle of your book, now there's an opportunity to tweak your book and do certain things to your book. So now already in your book, you're already pointing to the different things that a person can do and what they need to do and how you can do it. And you can show them how you handle this problem in this situation and this sort of thing. And so you can come up with a whole program, step by step, okay? Step by step program, teaching them how to overcome whatever problem it is that they have, okay? And start writing your book with the end in mind, okay? That's important, you gotta get it. Think about why are you writing this book? What's this book all about? Okay, you're solving a problem, and you're creating a program. Okay, so now that you understand that, so now you go back to the beginning and it's all pointing towards, at the same as you're solving that problem, it's pointing towards, okay, the program that you're going to develop. You have in mind. Okay, so start by writing your book with the end in mind. Very important, very important. Okay, after finishing your book, write an ebook. Okay, you say, well, one of the easiest things in the world you can do after you've written a book is to write an ebook, because all you got to do is just take a few things out of each one of the chapters. You got an ebook. It's just that simple. I mean, you can write an ebook in 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, it's because it's already there. It's just a matter of pulling out some key things out of each one of the chapters and stuff. And here's the benefit of the ebook, because I talked about providing value, of giving something, letting people know that you're really concerned and you're really looking out for them, and be upfront, be transparent. Give them the ebook, okay? Just let them have it. Just tell them, here's something, for you. And as a result of that, you start to develop a relationship with the person, and you can write back, or you can ask them, what do you think about the ebook? Are you thinking about writing a book? Are there any questions I can answer for you? These different stuff. They're in your world now, so you can communicate, you can interact with them, okay? And then you go about writing your program after that. So you got everything. You got your book, you got your ebook, you got your program. You're good to go. And again, you start from scratch. And some people say, well, what do I know? Well, what can I write up? What subject can I write about? Just stop and think for a minute. Have you ever had a problem that you somehow overcame, or you dealt with it? And it may not even be something on a personal note. You may have done some research, okay? You may have done some studying. You may have put some things together and say, gosh, that works. These people, they've done this in different sorts of things. You tweak it, you make it your own, and then you not plagiarize it. I'm not saying that you're going to go out and steal anything from anybody. That's not what I'm asking you to do. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to come up with your own thing. You make it unique. It's yours. Okay, that's all you have to do. And you have a program. You have a way of now generating a program, generating a business, right? This is a business now where you can start making money from scratch. You don't have anything. You've never written a book in your life. You don't have to. But here's the thing, okay? Number one, you have to start. I don't care what it is you're doing or what anybody has done, what anybody who's in business, the one thing that they had to do was start. Okay, you gotta start. Don't be afraid. You're writing. And I'm gonna present some opportunities some way. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna help you make this happen. I'm not gonna just okay. Here we go, and here it is right now. And so we're at the end. So here are the three different opportunities that I presented to you. Right. Okay. The first one was the business ad networking traffic newsletter. Okay, that's one, and that's a way to, like I say, here it is, to build your nation, to get your nation going. You want to start from somewhere. So here's a way to really kind of get out hit the ground running, as they say, so to speak. I mean, this is really great. And 7K medals. And I neglected to say a couple things about 7K medals, but it's very important for me to say it now. 7K medals is not simply teaching you how to invest your money, protect your money. It's an income opportunity as well. They're going to show you how to make the money, to invest, and to protect. Okay, there's a way within 7K medals to make the money. Okay, to make it. So don't worry about it. And let me get to the last one, and I'll come back. It says, how to write your book now. Okay, and I should have put it's free behind all of them, but just think about this for a moment. Just look at this now. Just to have the opportunity to take advantage of a presentation of each one of these opportunities, right? I mean, that can easily cost anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000, right? No question about it. I know this. I've checked the marketplace to look at it, and this is what people are asking. And they're wanting you to lay all this money out just to get this type of information from. Well, here it is. I'm not asking you for a dime. What I'm in the process of doing now, I'm setting up 3 different Zoom presentations covering each one of these items here, and it won't cost you a penny. Now all you have to do, and right now, make sure that you get my email address here. Eddie at eddieharttp.com. That's Eddie at eddieharttp.com. All you got to do is just email me and say, I'm interested in the business ad network, or I'm interested in how to write a book, no question. And what I'll do, I'll just send you that link. All you got to do is just email and I'll send you the link. No credit card, no PayPals or anything. What I'm interested in doing, and I want you to get this, and I hope you can see it based on my presentation. I'm looking for some people who are willing to come along with me and build themselves a business in the right way. We're going to talk about some things, and we're going to do some things in a way that nobody else is doing it. Nobody is going to give you this type of information for free. Nobody is going to show you how to write a book step by step. Nobody's going to show you how to do a lot of these different sorts of things that I'm putting before you, or this Zoom presentation that I'm going to be doing. Now, there's some people that may want a little bit more information and stuff like that. Well, we have ways to help them. But this information, these three presentations here, Zoom presentations, all you got to do is email me, eddieHart at eddieharttp.com, and I'll be happy. I kid you not, I'll be happy to send these Zoom presentations, and maybe you might even be able to get on them live. But if not, no big deal. You'll still be able to get all the information necessary to get yourself, in position to take advantage of these opportunities. Okay, so enough said. Maybe just before I go, some last comments. Some of you, if you want to hit me and let me know what you think about this presentation. I'm always looking for ways to improve and do better, and that whole type of thing. But you also have my email now, so you can hit me with your comments, with your thoughts, with your suggestions, anything. I'm open. I'm transparent here. I'm growing just like anybody else. I've never felt like I have all the answers, right? Okay, so I'm signing off. Again, thank you for coming in and listening to this Zoom presentation. I hope you got something out of it. Okay, everybody, take care.